Hey gang, Vincent Welch, Vince's Wood and Wonders. So we were talking last time about sharpening, and we honed with the DMT sharpening card and 6-inch stone freehand. Let's talk about how we can anchor those, either the card or the 6-inch sharpening stone, anchor that to where we're only manipulating or moving the tool. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So we have the DMT sharpening card here currently on the mat. We also have the 6-inch DMT sharpening stone over here to the side. Let's focus on the sharpening card first. Now what the card is on is a piece of plexiglass that is underneath. I've got this from my home improvement center up the road. And it was just a piece of scrap plexiglass that they were happy to get rid of. And on top of that, I have the DMT Non-Skid Mat. These are available, very inexpensive, absolutely worth having, especially when it comes to using a piece of plexiglass like this. So what you do is you take your sharpening card and you put it right over top. And from here, and also let me back up and say, when I'm working between centers, when I'm working on a project in which I know I'm going to be sharpening a lot or honing my tools, such as a skew, a Bedan, even a scraper, oftentimes I will take this piece of plexiglass and place it right on the ways of my lathe. And that way I have a sharpening position set up right here on the lathe, in which I don't have to step far away from the lathe itself. So with that said, here I have the Bedan, and I take, and again, introducing this by the heel of the card or the tool, and I lay this down. And it's just a matter of finesse, back and forth. It's the same movement. The 1 or 2 inch movement. Again, rotating the tool over. You can hear the action. Again, one more time. And the advantage, I think, of this is that unlike before, in which you had two variables, you had the card moving as well as the tool moving, now you've anchored the tool itself. You only have you've anchored the card itself. Now you only have the tool moving, in which you have to stabilize. So there may, I think that there is an advantage. Generally, this is how I go about sharpening when it comes to something like the skew or the Bedan, something like that. So with that said, in regards to the DMT 6-inch sharpening stone, this is their dual edge sharpening stone. Of all their products, again, I really, really like this sharpening stone. This stone, I will probably be dead and gone. This stone will probably still be around and be useful. Don't come and take me out just yet, but this is just a really great tool. So again, it's got the 600 mesh fine inch side on the top here. On the back side, it's the 1200 mesh side. So let's start with the 600 mesh, lay this down. Again, this has a little bit more weight. It's going to stabilize or be a little more secure on the DMT Non-Skid Mat. I'm going to start with the side of the tool, again, anchoring it by the base, by the bottom first. I put my finger right here just to stabilize it. I'm not really applying any pressure, just moving it back and forth, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches at most. That's it. Rotate it 90 degrees, hit it again. This is the top side of the tool. Again, rotate it again, introducing the base first, rotating it, moving it an inch, maybe 2 inches. Again, it's not a lot of pressure. It's really more finesse than pressure. And with that said, what we have, I mean, we've got a very sharp tool. I think I just cut myself. And the corners are just extremely sharp. Now, just for fun, let's go ahead, rotate the 6-inch stone over and do the same thing with the 1200 mesh. Again, anchoring it. It's all about habit. It's all about creating the habit. Anchoring the base first, rotating the tool back and forth, moving it inch, maybe 2 inches at the most. Doing the top side of the tool and finishing out with our last side. And I just put my finger over top just to help stabilize the tool as we're working it back and forth. And that's it. What we have here, I'm not even going to run my finger across it because I'll end up bleeding all over the place. This is an extremely sharp tool. It's honed. It's ready to go. This is all done by the DMT products. They are excellent, long-lasting, they are fast, they are efficient, and they are simple to use.